सभा को पूरे दिन के लिए स्थगित किया जाना चाहिए था, परंतु जैसा कि आप सभी भलीभांति जानते हैं, आज की बैठक माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी द्वारा विशेष रूप से वित्त वर्ष 2018-19 के केंद्रीय बजट को प्रस्तुत करने के लिए निर्धारित की गई है, जो एक संवैधानिक जिम्मेदारी है। अतः इस असाधारण स्थिति के कारण सभा में वित्त वर्ष 2018-19 के लिए केंद्रीय बजट प्रस्तुत करने के संवैधानिक कार्य को पूर्ण किया जाएगा। दिवंगत आत्मा के सम्मान में सभा की बैठक कल अर्थात 2 फरवरी 2018 को नहीं होगी। धन्यवाद। नाउ the budget, माननीय वित्त मंत्री जी।
Madam Speaker, I rise to present the budget for the year 2018-19. Madam, 4 years ago, we pledged to the people of India to give to this nation an honest, clean and transparent government. We promised a leadership capable of taking difficult decisions and restoring strong performance of Indian economy. We promised to reduce poverty, expedite infrastructure creation, and build a strong, confident and new India. When our government took over, India was considered a part of the fragile five, a nation suffering from policy paralysis and corruption. We have decisively reversed this. The government led by Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has successfully implemented a series of fundamental structural reforms. With the result, India stands out as amongst the fastest growing economies in the world. The journey of economic reforms during the past few years has been challenging but rewarding. As a result of the reforms undertaken by the government, foreign direct investment has gone up. Measures taken by the government have made it easier to do business in India. Natural resources are now allocated in a transparent and honest manner. There is a premium on honesty. एक समय था जब भ्रष्टाचार शिष्टाचार का अंग बन गया था। आज हमारे नागरिक विशेष रूप से नवयुवक वर्ग ईमानदारी का जीवन व्यतीत करने को तत्पर है। The indirect tax system with the introduction of the goods and services tax has been made simpler. Benefits to the poor has been targeted more effectively with the use of digital technology. The demonetization of high-value currency has reduced the quantum of cash currency in circulation. It has increased the taxation base and spurred greater digitization of the Indian economy. The Insolvency and the Bankruptcy Code has changed the lender-debtor relationship. The recapitalized banks have now a greater ability to support growth. All these structural reforms will help the Indian economy achieve stronger growth in the medium and long term. Indian economy has performed very well since our government took over in May 2014. India achieved an average growth of 7.5% in the first 3 years of our government. Indian economy is now a $2.5 trillion economy, 7th largest in the world. India is expected to become the 5th largest economy very soon. On purchasing power parity basis, we are already the 3rd largest economy. Indian society, polity and economy have shown remarkable resilience in adjusting with structural reforms. The GDP growth at 6.3% in the second quarter signaled a turnaround of the economy. We hope to grow at 7.2 to 7.5% in the second half. The IMF in its latest update has forecast that India will grow at 7.4% next year. Manufacturing sector is back on the growth path. The services, which is the mainstay of our growth, have also resumed their high growth rate at 8% plus. Our exports are expected to grow at about 15% in 2017-18. we are now firmly on course to achieve a high growth of 8% plus. We have taken up programs to direct the benefits of structural reforms and good growth to reach the farmers, poor and other vulnerable sections of our society, to uplift the underdeveloped regions. This year's budget will consolidate these gains and particularly focus on strengthening agriculture and rural economy, provision for good health to economically less privileged, taking care of senior citizens, infrastructure creation, and working with the states to provide more resources for improving the quality of education in the country. The Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, has always stressed the importance of good governance. He has articulated the vision of minimum government and maximum governance. This vision has inspired government agencies in carrying out hundreds of reforms in policies, rules and procedures. This transformation is reflected in the improvement of India's ranking by 42 places in the last 3 years in the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business, with India breaking into the top 100 for the first time. I would like to congratulate all those who worked to achieve this.